Okay, so what is redox? Redox is a combination of two words. Those words are reduction and oxidation. So the two words have been put together to form the word redox. A redox reaction is one where elements change oxidation state. A lot of things that you've already known as different types of reactions also qualify as oxidation reduction reactions. Let me show you an example of one. So you see this reaction, aluminum plus copper 2 chloride forms aluminum chloride and copper. This is a reaction that we do in the beginning of honors chem where we have a beaker that's got green stuff in it. We throw the aluminum foil in, the aluminum foil bubbles, and we see it turn a copper color. In that reaction, we would classify it as single displacement. But if I pick through the oxidation numbers, what I see is here aluminum is 0, chlorine's a -1, copper must be a +2. On the right side of the reaction, aluminum's a -1. I'm sorry, chlorine's a -1, aluminum's a +3, and copper's a 0. So if I look at what changed over the course of this reaction, I see that aluminum became aluminum +3. And I would also see that the copper changed oxidation state. And the copper went from a +2 to no charge. If I were to, how does aluminum become a positive ion? Aluminum becomes a positive ion by giving up electrons. Each atom must lose 3 electrons. You can think of it as this aluminum splits into a positive ion and electrons. For the copper, however, it starts off positive and it becomes neutral. So it must do so by gaining 2 electrons. Here, we would say that Cu +2 is reduced. And we say that Al is oxidized. There are a bunch of different ways of remembering what oxidized and reduced mean. One of the ways that you can think of it is some people say like lose electrons, oxidize, gain electrons, reduce, and they have different mnemonics like Leo says, I don't know, Gur, etc. I'm not really sure. I don't remember all of them. You can find them if you want them. I think of it literally, what does reduce mean? Reduce means to drop. Copper dropped from +2 to 0. That is a literal reduction in number. So for this reaction, copper was reduced. It went down in charge. The one that goes up in charge is the one that's oxidized. These terms here are ones I'm going to come back to in a minute. Okay, let's take a look at our next example. Don't worry about how ugly this reaction looks and the fact that oxygens aren't balanced and all that. I'm just using it as an example of figuring out what is oxidized and what is reduced. So once again, I need to use those skills I learned in the last video to figure out what oxidation numbers things have. An easy one here, 0, +3, +2. It's just within MnO4, which is an ion known as permanganate, that I need to figure out what the charge is. So if I look at, to figure out what MnO4, I know oxygen's a -2, I've got 4 of them, and they total -1. The manganese must be a +7. So now being asked what is oxidized and what is reduced, the manganese is the one that literally the charge dropped from +7 to +2. So I would say what is reduced is Mn +7. I'm not going to say manganese. I'm not going to say Mn +2. I need to name it in the form that's on the left side of the equation. The one that is oxidized is the one that went up in charge, and that would be Fe. Now, another thing I'm going to ask you to do, or I might ask you to do, is to identify what the oxidizing agent and what the reducing agent is. The easiest way to know is the oxidizing agent is the one that causes something else to be oxidized. So the copper plus 2 caused the aluminum to be oxidized because it took electrons from it. These electrons that trade are literally the same electrons. So whatever is oxidized causes something else to be reduced, and whatever is reduced causes something to be oxidized. So in other words, they are just flip-flopping. The oxidizing agent is copper plus 2. The reducing agent is aluminum. It is also acceptable for the agents to name the whole compound as opposed to just the specific ion. So down here, if I want to know the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent, again, I'm just flip-flopping them. The oxidizing agent, I can say Mn plus 7, or I can name the entire species, which is permanganate. What is the reducing agent is Fe. I have a few for you to try in the worksheet. Give it a go.